stop sucking at AutoCAD and learn these 5 commands and their hotkeys. Number 1. The copy command. Maybe you want a faster way to copy things in AutoCAD besides hitting Control-C and Control-V, or God forbid, you're going to the Home tab, going to the Modify ribbon, and hitting the copy icon. There's an even faster way to do all of that. All you need to do is hit CO, which will bring up the copy command, and then hit spacebar. Now you can select your object and then hit spacebar again, and you can click, 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 and it will be able to copy as many things as you want of that object. For example, let's say you're really lonely and so you draw a friend in AutoCAD. Maybe you want more friends. So all you gotta do is hit CO, spacebar, you select your friend, then you click off into anywhere, and now all you gotta do is just keep clicking and you can create more friends. I mean, I wish it was this easy in real life, but anyways, the old way of how to do that is you could select your friend, you could hit Control-C, and you could hit Control-V. It still creates a friend, but you know, it's just one friend, and I have to keep hitting Control-V if I want more friends. You know, with CO spacebar, I can select a friend, create as many friends as I want very quickly. So, yeah. Anyways, that's how you use the copy command. Number 2. The move command. Just like in life, you usually want to be able to move around, move objects, move things. It's no different than in AutoCAD. So you could go to the Home tab and then go to the Modify ribbon and then hit the move icon, but that's like the slow way to do it. The quick and easy way to do it is just hit M, spacebar. All you gotta do is select your object, hit spacebar again, and then move wherever you want by clicking around. Let's take, for example, that we have one friend on the left side who is lonely in the lonely box.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
But wants to be in the right box with his other friends, but the other friends didn't invite him because, you know, they said they were their friends, but they really didn't. So instead, we're going to move them on to a new friend that we found. And to do that, all we have to do is hit M, spacebar, and we select our friend, and we move him over to the cool friend who actually does invite them and, you know, wants to hang out with that person. But, you know, it's that simple. We don't really have to worry about these other friends and moving them. But now we can move these 2 friends out of the cube of loneliness as well.
Did we just become best friends? Yep!
By selecting both of them and then hitting M, spacebar again, clicking in between them, and then we're going to move them outside of the cube of loneliness because, you know, finally they can go do some stuff, maybe hang out, you know, just get out and do stuff, you know, get out and move around, you know? That's all you need to know. Number 3. Rotate command. Maybe you have something facing the wrong direction in your drawing and you want to be able to rotate it to a certain degree or a certain direction. All you got to do is go to the Home tab and then go to the Modification ribbon and hit that rotate icon. Is what I would tell you if you didn't know hitting RO spacebar. That will give you the rotate command, and you can highlight whatever object you want and then spacebar again, and then click and rotate it or type in a certain degree. So for example, to use the rotate, let's say that you and your imaginary friend are sitting there talking to each other, but your imaginary friend is kind of acting a little like obtuse or whatever.
What did you call me? Obtuse? Is it deliberate? Son, you're forgetting yourself.
And you want to like kind of display that in AutoCAD for some odd reason, you know, because that's what you do on your free time. All you gotta do is hit RO and then spacebar and select your imaginary friend, and then click, and then kind of click in the middle of them to get a good point. Because where you click with the rotate command is important because it will rotate off of that specific, you know, point where you click. So I'm gonna click in the middle and then kind of rotate him a little bit where he looks a little obtuse from you. Because he's like bad mouthing you and stuff. You know, don't know really why you're arguing a lot, but it just seems like you seem to be doing that a lot more. Now, the same imaginary friend is just really acting up, whatever, and you just want him completely gone, and you're gonna rotate off of the corner of the building, and he's just out of there. You rotate him completely out of your life, out of your, you know, friend circle, all that kind of stuff. So now it's just you and your thoughts.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder What is going on inside their head?
All right. Another example of, using the rotate command could be you have this friend, but the friend's not that smart. He's trying to get in bed the wrong way. The pillow's kind of facing the other direction, and your friend's facing opposite of the pillow. So you want to help him out because you're a good friend. So you're gonna hit RO, spacebar again, and you're gonna select your friend. You're gonna hit spacebar to activate the command, and you're gonna click inside of him. Instead of trying to kind of it's a little hard to make sure he's perfectly on that pillow. So what you're gonna do is you're actually just gonna type in 180 for that 180-degree twist. And so you see that he's perfectly gone from 180 from his original spot. So now he can perfectly fit in the bed and get in the right way. And he's a little strange, but you love him, and you put him into bed and you tuck him away, and that's pretty much everything you need to know with the rotate command. Yeah. Number 4, the erase tool. Now, unless you're like me, there's probably going to be a bunch of times that you make mistakes in AutoCAD, and you want to get rid of those mistakes, because if someone saw them, they'd probably judge you really hardly. Now, I will say the erase icon is pretty cool.
Hey, that's pretty good.
And it's probably the coolest looking icon. And it's located in the home tab with the modifying ribbon, erase icon, which looks like basically an eraser erasing something. So that's pretty cool. Now, as much as I would love to go and click that every time, it's just so much easier to hit E and then spacebar. Now you can select your whole entire drawing and then erase it, because you realize you have to start over because no one likes it. Let's take, for example, me and my imaginary girlfriend out on a date, but like things aren't really going that well. She's kind of being a little mean to me and saying stuff to me like you'll never mount anything, or like you can't make AutoCAD videos for some reason. So we want to go ahead and get rid of this negativity talk, and we're gonna press E and space, and we're gonna select her, and then we're gonna hit spacebar again to delete. And now you won't have all that negativity, but I do get lonely, so I'll just probably Control Z to bring her back. Another example you could do, if you have, is maybe you have a bunch of stuff in your house, or you wish you could get rid of a bunch of objects in AutoCAD, and so you can highlight a bunch of stuff and then hit E and spacebar, and it gets rid of it. Just that simple. So really easy and quick, and tool that gets rid of a bunch of your mistakes. That's all you pretty much need to know about the erase command. Number 5. The scale command. Just like in real life, you wish you could actually scale the size to make things bigger and some things smaller. In AutoCAD, you can actually scale things to whatever size you want them to be. You could go up and the home tab again and go to the modify ribbon and then use the scale icon. But why do that when you can just type in SC spacebar? Select an object, hit spacebar again, and then scale it up or scale it down. Now that I think about it, every single one of these commands that we went over is in the modifying ribbon. For example, let's say you find this girl that you like, but she doesn't really like you as much, or doesn't give you the time of the day because you're shorter than her. So what you can do is you can hit SC spacebar, select yourself, and then scale yourself up. So now she actually might give you some time of the day and go on a date with you. Now, she finally gets to meet you again, sees that you're now too tall. So there's kind of an issue. She wants somebody that's the same height as her. So what we're going to do again is we're going to hit SC spacebar. We're going to select yourself again, but we're going to reference her this time. Now we could scale off of her, but there's an even easier thing. By pressing R spacebar, we can actually select one element of yourself and one element of herself, and now you're perfectly scaled together, just with shorter legs. That's pretty much everything you need to know about scale. With that, you now have 5 commands and hotkeys that you know and can use and make your drawings faster and easier. So please stop clicking in the ribbons. For the love of God, learn the hotkeys. It makes it so much quicker and faster and more efficient. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. Boop, 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 boop.